If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Fam, the green room. Welcome back, man. What's going on, everybody, man? Hey, we are back for another good week, man. Another good week of more shows, more videos being posted, and more things happening out there in the culture and entertainment, man. First and foremost, as always, man, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe, man. Hit that bell, get the notifications when we go live. You all know exactly what to do, man. Shout out to my GMS fam. I see you. Stiller Lee is in the building. Heroic Dose is here. My guy Infinite Umbra is here. Zane Vicious is here. Glittery Bubbles is in the building. What's going on, GMS fam? Make sure y'all share this, man. Let people know where to show up at. And if you want to support the GMS show in even a bigger way, you can hit the snap or hit the super chat and also donate to the Cash App. The description and the link is in the description below. So make sure you support the GMS show in a big way. We had a very, very eventful weekend. First and foremost, I just want to say, before we even get to the Kendrick stuff, the Super Bowl was quite a boring game. I don't like watching blowouts in the Super Bowl. That's just like, to me, watching a blowout game, even if it's a Super Bowl or not, I don't like watching people get blown out, man. At some point, it just gets embarrassing and it gets tiring, and it's like, come on, man. And come on, dog. Like, they got their ass kicked in. Kansas City did not come prepared, bro. They did not do their due diligence. The only thing they focused on was a run game. The only thing I'm surprised at is the fact that they got beat that bad while stopping Saquon Barkley. Saquon ain't even used to getting under 100 yards a game. My man was averaging, I don't know how many rushing yards a game, and somehow they stopped him but could not stop from getting dubbed. They got dubbed. You said my voice is low? Let me see if that helps. Did that help? Are we good here? Are we good? Are we louder? Check, 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 check. Mic check. Are we loud? Are we good? Let me know if we're good. You said my voice was low? All right. I was very disappointed in how Kansas City took that L. I'm just going to let you know. But nonetheless, we know that a lot of people tuned in for the Super Bowl to watch that halftime show with Kendrick Lamar. Now, I was anticipating that halftime show just like a lot of people were. A lot of people were skeptical. They didn't know if he was going to be performing not like us due to the new lawsuit that has been filed against UMG, talking about that song being defamatory to Drake's name, which is even another thing. You know, I think a lot of people don't understand that in this situation, I understand Drake feels some type of way. Everybody screaming certified lover boy, certified PDF file. They saying he like A minors, and if it's not true, it would. If I was Drake, I would be just as devastated. But also, I have to take the L. And I know there's a lot of people out there, especially the Drake fans, that are like, man, yeah, right, we just ain't gonna lay down and take that shit and have somebody. I get it, but you engaged in a battle. This wasn't unwarranted. This wasn't something that just came out the blue. You engaged in a rap battle. You talked about a man's wife, his kids. You made fun of him getting muscrested. I don't know if I could say the real word, but you made fun of him allegedly getting sexually abused. But then when a man comes out and calls you a PDF file, now you want to sue for defamation. I think a lot of people even forgot that last part. Drake was on the record talking about mother I, and all this other stuff, trying to make fun of Kendrick getting, in his song talking about getting touched, or his mom thinking he was getting touched and he wasn't. Whatever the case may be. Come on, man. How you say all that stuff about a man and then turn around and sue the label for what the man said in his song? This is a rap battle. You said that a man beat on his wife with no proof, no evidence, no backstory, no nothing. And it's even funnier when people like, Kendrick never said he didn't beat his wife. Kendrick doesn't have to address false rumors. That's just something people made popular in the industry. When somebody makes a rumor about you, you got to go out and you got to talk about the rumor or try to dispel the rumor or say if it's true or not. You don't have to do shit. Like, for real, people don't have to do anything. In this day and age, as much as people want to try to consume what's going on, the best thing to ever do in life as a celebrity is shut the hell up. If you just shut up and don't say nothing, don't even address the rumors, they will die. Like, they will die. I'm telling you, Jay-Z, they should be still talking about him in circulation in the news for that recent lawsuit that came up. But you know why they're not? Not only because how it ended, but because Jay only said one thing and let it go. You're not gonna see him in interviews talking about it. You're not gonna see him talking about it in music. You're not gonna see him posting tweets about it. When people do not address the rumors, they die. And that is a fact. I don't know why more people don't do it, but it's because they want to try to get out in front of something or try to, get ahead of a narrative or try to push the narrative out. The thing about it is, when you talk about it, it breathes life into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't speak on it. You don't have to talk about it, especially if the rumor is false. And you like giving it some type of energy is going to give it wings. It's going to float. It's going to sail on. If you don't say nothing about it, that shit will crash and burn to the ground. Now, Kendrick, being somebody who his entire career has been very calculated in his moves, been somebody who has been very intricate when it comes to his art, his music, very thoughtful, very organized in how he performs and how he executes certain things. The one thing that is wild to me that comes from this whole entire Super Bowl narrative is that Kendrick was supposed to do this in some fashion form where he had to perform a bunch of hits or get everybody entertained. We're talking about Kendrick Lamar. We're not talking about some huge pop star whose mission it is to just make the best pop song or the best hit out there and get everybody turned. We're talking about Kendrick Lamar. And also, if you are booking him for something like this, you should know what comes with it. He didn't do that for the people in the crowd. That's why it killed me when I was seeing people posting on the internet showing the crowd at the stadium. I'm like, do y'all understand the demographic of people that is at this Super Bowl? Do y'all know the type of people that attend these Super Bowls? Why are y'all showing us videos of mostly middle-aged white people that came there to watch football and don't give a damn about rap? The videos they don't want you to see is the people at home or celebrating watching the Super Bowl in other places around the world, watching this, the halftime show and how they turned up. They don't want you to see that part because then they'd have to get away from the bot narrative or that Kendrick really isn't impactful or that nobody wants to hear his music or, oh, he ain't got hits like that. That Super Bowl halftime performance was not for the people in the crowd. Now, we can get into all the symbolism and all that stuff, but I'd rather y'all do that when y'all have the chance to do that. One thing I do want to point out, though, is that in a time that we are in right now politically, him doing this is right on brand with who he is. Right on brand. And I knew from this performance that we were going to start seeing the racism pour out of people on one side, a certain political side, because they wanted to politicize. Once again, anytime a black person comes out and stands firm in how he feels, then you see certain folks come out of the woodworks to say certain things about shit they don't understand. And then you have some of the black folks who really want white acceptance coming out trying to dispel or try to disprove of the halftime performance, because they need to please their white counterparts, people that they look up to and love and, you know, want to caress Massa's shaft. That's basically what it is. And then you have, of course, the Drake fans who want to find every reason to try to say that this wasn't it. They mad because the man sang Not Like Us on a national stage in front of 133 million people. Come on, man. Like, contributing this to Drake is awesome. That's great. Oh, he wouldn't get this if it wasn't for Drake. How did Drake help? At his expense? That's how Drake helped? Oh, look how Drake helped. He helped him so much that everybody's calling him a PDF file. Look at the help. If it wasn't for Drake, that shit is stupid. That's just as much stupid as hearing the man say that he fed Kendrick's camp the information to say against him in a rap battle, only for the rap battle to not go his way. I don't think Drake wants anything to do with Kendrick Lamar's success. So, you know, for the Drake fans out there that's like, oh, if it wasn't for Drake, y'all got to think twice about when y'all say that. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be the person that contributes to his own downfall. It wouldn't make sense. I don't think Drake is that type of person. Also, we've been seeing Drake lately. You know, he's been performing in Australia. One of the most corniest things I've ever seen in my life is this man walking around with a black sweatshirt on with multiple holes in it, representing what would be bullet holes, like he's just been taking shots and he has smoke coming out of his back. That would mean something. That would be prolific if you didn't engage in a rap battle and taunt the man during the rap battle and say the things that you said in the rap battle. See, Drake has some really good songs during this battle. He really did. You cannot say that Drake didn't go hard in this battle as well. He did his thing. He was calculated himself in certain ways. He put on a show, but it did not prevail. And that is the only issue. His stardom and who he is, he felt like he could do what he needed to do and come out on top, but it did not work for him. Now, I think it's weird because he feels he's attacked now. He's feeling like he's attacked. But let me just say this, man. One thing that we keep hearing is how Drake has been over the years with other people. Whether it's been him smashing other people's girls or reaching out to people or trying to block people from making songs or clearing songs or, being involved with other people's deals and just kind of trying to take control in a certain way when it comes to the music industry. We hear these things and then you wonder why people don't like them. Everybody's like, oh, everybody turned on Drake. Listen, man, not everything happens for no reason. There could be a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say Drake's a bad guy. I'm not going to say he's some evil guy plotting on a bunch of artists and plotting on a bunch of women out here. All I'm saying is from what we hear from other people in the industry is that Drake moves a little foul. So it's not surprising that some people may feel a certain type of way or try to get on the Kendrick train to spite Drake. I understand that. I'm not some K-Bot fan or some diehard cult Kendrick TDE PG Lang motherfucker. Like, I'm seeing shit for how it is. Even when it comes to LeBron James, LeBron being somebody who has historically had a great relationship with Drake, to just come out of nowhere and be championing Kendrick Lamar and his songs and his diss tracks towards Drake, something happened between them two. I said this before on another show. It's very clear that something happened between those two to make LeBron support Kendrick in that way. And not that he wasn't already a Kendrick fan. He was already a Kendrick fan. He's if you know LeBron, you know that he is a very, very prominent Kendrick fan in the Kendrick fan base. He is somebody who has always shown love to Kendrick. But when it comes to this, LeBron doesn't strike me as somebody who's idiotic, who's just going to wake up one day and start rapping diss tracks towards a friend of his who he knows. Especially not like us. Something happened between those two. We just don't know what it is. They kept that behind closed doors. And I say that because LeBron is somebody who will address certain things or correct certain things when the narrative is out there. And clearly he hasn't addressed anything regarding Drake, or if he fucks with Drake, or if they still cool, or why he is supporting Kendrick the way that he is during the battle. You want to know why? Because he don't care about the narrative. He wants y'all to feel, he don't care if y'all say he turned on Drake. Something happened between them two where he don't give a damn. Now, this is also interesting because every chance Drake got on his tour or going and performing anywhere when him and Meech were beefing, he would perform back to back. That was a big song. It was a radio hit. But now Kendrick performing his song, that was the biggest song of 2024, and niggas like, oh, he dragging it. Oh, Kendrick, he keep milking the situation. Oh, this shit is already dead. Y'all sound crazy. It hasn't even been a year. It hasn't even been a whole year, and y'all talk about somebody dragging a hit song. You know what's crazy about that? I've seen artists that have gotten big off of a song that they released 3-4 years prior. I know y'all have heard of shit like that. Artists that have a song blow up, then you find out that they released that song like 3 years ago on SoundCloud or some shit, but it didn't catch traction. It all of a sudden popped up and went viral on somebody's post on the internet, and it caught traction here, or they performed it somewhere and it blew up because of the performance. Something of that matter, but they pushed that song for years until it reached its peak. Kendrick is not even a whole year off of Not Like Us being a phenomenal success, and people talking about he dragging it and milking it, bro. It's crazy. Now, they want to show y'all videos of the crowd at the Super Bowl, but this is who Kendrick was really doing it for. This is who he was doing it for. Kendrick has always done it for that. You got people in here that truly support that man and show up and show out whenever they hear that song. But people, this is another stupid thing about this whole thing. Oh my God, Not Like Us is his biggest song. This is the most fame he's ever gotten in his career, most support he's ever gotten in his career. Do y'all not understand who we're talking about? We're talking about a person that got 17, that literally won 17 Grammys before this happened. 17. Oh, the Grammys, they don't mean nothing. They hand out the Grammys to anybody. We're talking about the fact that people support and love this man's music. The things that he's accomplished before this happened. Nigga, it was 2024. Do y'all know who Kendrick Lamar was before 2024? Tell us without telling us. And it's crazy because just because somebody is supporting Kendrick doesn't mean that they hate Drake. It just was part of the battle. And there's people out there with enough common sense to know that that man lost horribly. And still losing the battle by doing the extra shit. Still putting L's in front of your name by going and doing lawsuits and going and doing these theatrics on stage like you some type of victim. Drake is not a victim, man. Drake is not a victim. What do you think will be happening right now if this shit was going the other way and people was really out here believing that Kendrick beat on his wife and that his kid was his managers? How do you think people will be reacting? How do you think it will be going for Kendrick? Do you think Kendrick will sue? Do you think people would even care? What do y'all think Drake's fan base will be doing? Oh, I'm sorry, what they're doing now. Still trying to push the narrative. Still hard to take the L right now. Drake, that's the fucked up part. Drake is an incredible artist. You can never take away anything Drake has ever done. Never in life. Drake has changed people's lives. I've seen it. I've seen it. A lot of the people that are on Kendrick's side and hyping up Kendrick still got songs by Drake in their iTunes and Apple Music and Spotify title playlist, dog. It may be a little weird to hear the song pop up. You'd be like, I'm gonna turn that right now. I ain't too much trying to listen to Drake at the moment. It's not too good for Drake. You know, it's a little hot in these streets, but still, nonetheless, the fact remains. But that doesn't mean that man can't take an L. Now, one thing I said was going on, man, is the reactions afterwards. So now the reactions after this is happening and people showing up to talk about this situation. I'm gonna show y'all a couple things. You know, there was people that, you know, of course loved what Kendrick did, but there was a lot of people that wanted to voice how they were displeased, and you could tell what type of people were displeased by his performance. You can see it in their face. First and foremost, let me show you this guy right here, Rob Smith. He looks like the type of guy who begs for white acceptance. Never trust a older black male with absolutely no facial hair. Do not trust that man at all. Like, you can see his facial expression and you can tell already what his voice sounds like. He looks like an evil Godfrey. The opposite of Godfrey. Anti-black. Anti-anything expression of black America. Black culture. This is somebody who clearly, I mean, I didn't get offended by what he said. I knew it was coming. As soon as I seen the post pop up on my Twitter, I said, oh yeah, this nigga didn't like the halftime performance. As a matter of fact, he probably didn't like black people. Let me just hear it so I can confirm it. This is what he said. Listen to it.
All right, y'all, I'm sorry. Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl was whack. That was one of the worst halftime shows in recent memory. First of all, Kendrick Lamar is not mainstream. Like, people do not know those songs. The white people at the Super Bowl party that I was with, he may as well have been speaking Mandarin. All right.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep playing it, but it's like you said the most obvious shit in the world. The white people I was with at the Super Bowl party I was at, you might as well have been speaking Mandarin. Was there any black people there, sir? Or was it all white people? See, like, he's the black dude that will be surrounded by white people and feel awkward when black things happen. Like, he's like trying to hope that white people don't feel uncomfortable. He's like, oh God, oh, not this. So he has to join along and be like, look at this ghetto mess, this street stuff, this whack. He sound like Tay Diggs and Malibu's Most Wanted. He said, this is whack and don't diss me, bro. This is whack. Oh my God, listen up, man.
Was whack. That was one of the worst halftime shows in recent memory. First of all, Kendrick Lamar is not mainstream. Like, people do not know those songs. The white people at the Super Bowl party that I was with, he may as well have been speaking Mandarin. All right, because nobody knew these songs. Nobody knew what he was rapping about outside of Not Like Us, obviously. But nobody knows these songs. Second of all, Blickety Black, I'm so much blacker than you. Halftime shows are very passe. Like, that stuff peaked in the BLM era. It's very not of this moment. It very much does not.
First of all, being black is in a moment, you fucking dickhead. You fucking idiot. You white man trapped in a black man's body. It has nothing to do with a moment. Black people aren't a moment. Do you see how conditioned America is to feel like black people are just some moment, some monolith, some type of split second in time? When black people show themselves as being proud of who they are, it triggers certain people. And that's all because of that conditioning in their head to minimize and disregard black people and their experiences in America. Talking about the BLM era. Fuck the BLM era. We talking about being black in America. And clearly people like you, black people like you, who try to champion and try to reinforce stereotypes and narratives amongst other black people, are the reason why people like Kendrick Lamar have to go on the stage and do that type of performance to continue to uplift black people and black voices. Because niggas like you will sit up here and say dumbass shit like this. Let's keep going.
Not work.
Hey, shout out Still Lee for the $1.99 in the super chat. He said, "Who is this Tom Dubois ass nigga?" You can't have my booty. But on the contrary, he does give up booty. So I mean, I guess if you out there and you about that life and you rock with the LGBTQ community, just know that this man here most definitely is the opposite of Tom Dubois. You can have his booty. That's a fact. Pause.
And also, it's been done better. So at this point, nobody cares. Third of all, 43-year-old mother of two, Serena Williams, in a bad blonde wig, like crip walking, is embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. She should be embarrassed for herself. It's just all really, really passe there.
Oh, she was crip walking. It was so ghetto. She should be embarrassed. Should she have been up there doing the Carlton? It's not unusual to be black and act white. Fuck out of here. Fucking loser.
There's nothing about that halftime performance that worked. So what I need to tell the NFL, Rock Nation, anybody that's doing that Super Bowl, try to make a show that's for all of America, because that was not for all of America. That was for like a fringe that knows Kendrick Lamar and that knows, his raps. Like, you're not going to tell me that man is mainstream, that this is some mainstream superstar whose songs everybody knows, because I am telling you, the people that I was with, those white people at this place that I was with were looking at each other like, they didn't know what was going on.
I'm going to stop it there. The fact you have to mention again that you were around white people that had no idea what was going on is embarrassing in itself. You can't call this guy a coon. You can't call him anything else but a white man trapped in a black man's body. This is what he's doing it for. He's doing this video for the white people who were there at that Super Bowl party with him, because he needs them to know, I'm on your side. I've got your back. I am a different black. I'm not like the ghetto black. I'm your type of black. I'm the black guy that you want to accept. Yeah. Put me on your squad. Let's go play some lacrosse. I do play hockey. I know how to ice skate. Ha, yeah. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you, Jim? You didn't know that, did you, Jim? Yeah. My wife, MAGA. Yeah, totally MAGA. Totally MAGA. You guys can love me. You can accept me. Look at this clown. We gonna go to somebody else. We can go to this guy here. Robert, I don't even know who this guy is. He looks like a clown himself. He look like he need to go see a dermatologist. You need to go get some facial cleaner, man. Do some face scrubs and shit. You know what I'm saying, brother? You look about 60. You probably 40 something. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say about aging with these guys. But Robert Davi, whatever his name is, he was mad about the Super Bowl performance as well. Let's hear what he had to say. I'm talking about this is the whitest explanation I've ever seen in my life. Let me read some of y'all comments too. Let me not neglect my GMS fan, by the way. Let's see. Prince Young King Gunner, what's going on? He said, you got to be a cracker or living under a rock if you haven't heard the GNX album. Urban Influence says, it scares old black folks when new blacks speak out. Hitman said, you shouldn't do things just for acceptance. That's the base of Drake fans' popularity. This is who likes Drake, a mirror effect. He's a personified embodiment of Drake's thoughts. Damn. Marcus Carter said, I'm so happy Kendrick didn't bring Lil Wayne ass out. Calm Storm says, Serena's embarrassing, but you are a coon. Mixed master coon. That's the final level boss coon. Trauma said, LOL, open mic Eagle said that was the crip walk that murderers do. A graveside crip walk. Yeah, and Serena's from, there's another thing too. Let me say this too. Serena is from Compton. Serena also has been called out by Drake in several songs. You don't hear her going in interviews and trying to do all the extra shit when it comes to Drake. Drake is the one that felt some type of way. Drake is the one that put her in this music and shot his subliminals at her or whatever he was trying to do. Also, let's not forget that Serena got a lot of backlash for crip walking during one of her tennis matches. So to go on one of the biggest stages in America at the Super Bowl and do it, it wasn't just about Drake. Also, her name is in the song. What are we talking about? Her name is literally mentioned in the song. Now, in a minute, I'm going to go to a video clip of Stephen A. having an opinion about her going up there and doing it because she is married currently. She does have children. And some people felt like it was distasteful and disrespectful to do that in the name of trying to diss your ex while being married and having children currently. We're going to get to that topic in a second. But before we do that, let me finish reading y'all comments, then we're going to play this goofy ass motherfucker's video right here. Marcus Carter said, if white people didn't like it, then it was successful. Thank you. Somebody gets it. Hitman said, I know that's what makes this so scary. Niggas are basically telling niggas don't have an original thought. I was never a fan of Drake or those types personally. Personally prefer rappers like LaRussell. Yeah, LaRussell is amazing, man. Talk about somebody that works hard and is very consistent. Also, he's the embodiment of what consistency can do with your career. And not just consistency, but actually being talented with it. Like, if you know you are talented and you know that you just can't get through the doors because all these gatekeepers and different things like that, when you have the internet in front of you, utilize it. That's what I learned early on. You know what I'm saying? If I can't catch an opportunity here, or people trying to close the door over here, people trying to gatekeep certain things and opportunities and different ways for me to go, I'm going to create my own. This is why the GMS show exists. This is why I use my Instagram the way I use my Instagram. I'm trying to build a platform and build up the eyes so that they can come and see what I got going on over here. You gotta do things differently in this day and age. It's not just gonna be somebody that hear you rap. You can't. That's another thing. You can't be a Big Sean type person where you walk up on Kanye West and rap and he gives you a deal. You know what I'm saying? We've heard that those type of stories happen in the early 2000s. That's not it no more. You got to be on already. You got to have the numbers. You got to have the followers. You got to have the influence. You got to basically have everything already. You got to come in the game already iced out, Cuban link, bag full of money before somebody walk up to you and give you an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's different out here. So I give people like LaRussell all the props and respect in the world, because if you are somebody who believes in yourself, you carry a lot of talent, this shit will show when you stay consistent with it. That's a fact. Shout out to Prince Young for the $2 in the super chat. He said Goofy Cornball probably wanted Kid Rock to perform. Yeah. Then this guy right here about to talk about how we should have had some jazz. When in the history, this is how you know a motherfucker is just, his racism runs so deep that he'll say some stupid ass shit that has never existed in NFL Super Bowl history. This nigga said they should have had jazz. Jazz at a Super Bowl halftime show? You gotta be dumb as a box of rocks and nickels. Hitman said, I don't have to like something just because everyone else does. Exactly. Black Man Cigar says, funny thing, I was in New York last summer and Kendrick Lamar came on and all the white people were singing that shit. Well, there's different white people for different times. JR, what's going on, brother? He said, I was hoping for Jack Black. Subliminal frequency said, folks need to shut the hell up. She was just dancing. Exactly. Now, listen to what this guy had to say. We're going to listen to this guy and what he had to say regarding the Kendrick halftime show. Listen here.
Dear fellow Americans, just my quick little rant on this halftime nonsense. I mean, come on, stop with the ghetto crap. I'm done with the ghetto. I've had it up to here with ghetto. I know they want to say rap is this and rap is the streets and rap is the current and rap is the that. Look at jazz. The jump black and jazz blues artists. Give me the Count Basie band. Give me Duke.
That's another thing about racist white people, bro. They always tell you what type of black they don't like, and then proceed to tell you what type of black that they're comfortable with, and don't see the racism in that. Because black people, once again, aren't a monolith. Black people aren't supposed to be a certain type just for you to like them or just for you to accept them. Oh, get away from this ghetto crap. Bring in some of the jazz guys. Some of the jazz blacks. We want the jazz blacks, not the ghetto rapper blacks.
Ellington's band. Give me the history. Give me jazz. You want to go black? Go art. Don't go ghetto. Let's lift the streets. Let's lift these kids off the streets. Enough with the garbage. Enough with the garbage. Enough with bringing these kids down into the garbage. Like that's the cool thing to do and this and that. No.
This guy clearly didn't even hear anything that regards Kendrick Lamar in any slightness. Like, you're talking about a man who has dedicated his career and his art to trying to uplift black people, especially the youth. I mean, show me where in Kendrick's performance he was trying to bring black people down or try to bring the youth down or try to tell them, hey, y'all should continue to be degenerates, be ghetto killers, drug dealers. When in that performance did that happen, or were you just looking at a black man rapping and decided this is where your brain was gonna go? This nigga looked like a crooked detective from back in the 60s. Would you shut your bitch ass up talking about some jazz? The fuck?
Those gentlemen that created an art form, a gorgeous art form, those jazz artists. Let's propagate that in America. Enough with this bullshit. Who in the NFL hired this act? And Sam Jackson monkeying around. I mean, I'm sorry. It just repulsed me. It absolutely repulsed me. What was the point? What's the point? Let's lift the kids. Let's give them something to aspire to, talent to aspire to. Let's train them in instruments and jazz and stop this rap crap that everybody thinks is the new Shakespeare. It's not. It's garbage. It's not lifted.
He said he looked like he was in an Italian mob. If he was in an Italian mob, you could tell he was a snitch. You could tell the first thing he would do is snitch on the boss, man. for a half serving of fettuccine alfredo and some goddamn cannoli ice cream. Get your bitch ass out of here. Talking about some man.
It's down.
Don't let me
It's
start.
down.
Don't let me start being ignorant.
You have such great musicians, great black jazz musicians, and other musicians that could have been used. And instead of this crap, what are they trying to do? What's the message? What's the message in the collard greens? Tell me.
Oh, good God! All right, is he trolling? Was he just trolling? Was he being? Was he trying to be funny? Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way this man just said, "What's in the collard greens?" I'm sorry, that was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. It's still racist, but it's kind of funny. That's the thing too about a lot of black people too. We have a sense of humor. You know, things can still be funny, but at the same time, you still a racist bitch. You still a punk ass motherfucker. At the end of the day, you still weak as hell, and you still showing your true colors. We got to get him about the paint regardless. This nigga look like he ready to take off his hat and say ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Like, you'll get your stupid ass up out here and talk about some jazz, bro. Oh my God. Now, let's get to that, because I see y'all talking about Serena and what she did on her time on stage or on her platform. I can't show the video because, you know, legal reasons, but we are going to talk about it. He being Stephen A. Smith, they were on ESPN, and they decided that they were going to talk about Serena Williams and her cameo at the Super Bowl halftime show and what her sea walking on stage looked like. I just want to say I stand by my statement when it comes to Serena. Did not have a problem with it. Excuse me. As a matter of fact, I got excited when I saw her, you know, come out of nowhere on camera sea walking. That was pretty dope. Like I said, her name is in the song. Why? I mean, her being there is right on brand. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's Compton. Like, what do you expect? What do you expect? But a lot of people had a problem because she's married, she has children, and she was there, and it looks like she's there trying to shit on her ex. And people are saying, why would you even care if you're already married? All this other shit. But let's hear Stephen A's point.
They put the Serena moment for me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just like, I want to.
Serena, like, let's just give her.
Well, you can say give her a props, but I'm just. But Shannon brought it up, so I'm going there. I'm going to be like, if I'm your husband, I'm like, why are you up there dancing or something? I wanted my lick trolling your ex. And don't you mess up either, because I get my lick back on you too. I bet it like that.
But the Compton connection is the Compton. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Compton connection.
She's from Compton.
No, we know. Like we know that.
Even if
too.
RC, you and I both know. Even if she's not from Compton, everybody knows her and Drake were together at one point in time. And it seemed like everybody wanted to get their lick back on Drake.
RC's, what Stephen A is saying, if he was in that situation and now he's married, he's not allowing none of that's happening.
Hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead, RC, I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay? Even though I enjoyed the moment and I support her decision, I ain't gonna lie. He got a point. I'ma say this because anybody who will sit up there, and I know they probably had a conversation when all this stuff was going on and Drake saying this and her being used in certain songs. Her husband was probably like, man, forget Drake. Or she probably told, I don't give no damn about no Drake. We dated for a little bit. It wasn't nothing. I don't care nothing about that man. But then moving in ways where it kind of shows that you still care. Trust me, it be iffy when it comes to the exes and how certain people move when it comes to their exes. Now, I say there's a point there, but there's only a point if her husband has an issue. It's only a point if her husband has an issue. If her husband came out and like put up a subliminal or was like, oh man, I don't fuck with that, or that's not right, or I don't like that, and I don't know why she still feels the need to try to prove herself. If he had a problem with it, then Stephen A has a point. But if her husband was there, which he was, and was cheering her on, which he was, then I don't see why the narratives have to be put up there. They have to try to put these ideas in people's heads that they should feel however somebody else should feel. Stephen A, you felt that way because you don't have no coochie on the line that really mess with you like that. Like Stephen A be out here smashing shit. I know he do. It's very obvious. He can get the cooter muffin. All right. But somebody that's really down for him, somebody that will really take his hand in marriage, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not going to put that out there in the atmosphere. We're going to finish a little bit of this clip and then move forward.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
If you with Serena Williams, you're going to be a kept man anyway. Don't start that. You ain't gonna run the house.
Also true.
You know about that.
You sure about that? Question?
Hold on.
RC's hilarious. He said you're going to be a cat man.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Alex is doing pretty well. You know, he found Reddit. And he's so ready for a good chunk of change. I think he okay.
Yeah, he got.
Like I said, I know Alex.
Hold on. Dio got something to say. Dio got something to say. Go ahead, Dio. You got something to say?
Stop.
He's raising his hand. We got to hear from Dio.
I want to hear this one.
Well, I did not know that Serena dated Drake, so not everybody does, Shannon. Not surprisingly.
That's funny. The only white dude on the panel said, well, I had no idea that Serena and Drake ever dated. Of course you did. Well, and I won't just leave that to white people. Of course, other people probably didn't know either. But at the same time, it is what it is. It happened. They moved the way that they moved. Lil Zeus World says, I wouldn't be with her in the first place if she was with Drake or any celebs. At that point, why the fuck would he care if his wife dancing to a song at the Super Bowl? All right. Fly Mama said, why should she be known as his ex as if she wasn't a tennis star way before? Second, it was about Wimbledon talking like Uncle Sam about her dancing after a win, which they did. See, people are neglecting Samuel L. Jackson's part in this entire thing and what he was narrating, things that he was saying. You have to pay attention to what set the tone. What set the tone for this was Samuel L. introducing this entire thing and his role throughout the performance. Got to keep that in mind. And big shout out to Spike Lee. I'm very fortunate to have met Spike Lee this year, or last year technically. Or wait, was it this year? It was this year. Was it the beginning of this year? When did Spike Lee pull up? I forgot. It was this year. It was the beginning of January. Anyway, Spike, first and foremost, I don't even know if I talked about it on here, but I got to meet Spike Lee at the beginning of January. He came out here for a Knicks game. They were playing the Timberwolves, and he came to my job. And I seen him. He was immediately like, you didn't have to go up to him to speak. He will speak to you, and he will make sure he speaks to you, especially when he sees another black face in a space that he's familiar with. He's gonna make sure he shows you love. And I think I mean, for who he is and, you know, his legacy, there's nothing but respect for Spike Lee at any time, any moment in life. So I was very fortunate enough to get to meet him and talk to him for a little bit, you know, take a picture with him. And, you know, he got some love during the Super Bowl performance because they referenced some things about, you know, Spike Lee and also him and Samuel L's history. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a great thing. You know, 40 Acres and a Mule is his production company. So gotta support that guy. Shout out to Spike Lee. But there was a lot of symbolism in that. A lot of symbolism in that. So you got to go back to watch that. Now, as we move forward, one of the things that happened during this or after the Super Bowl performance was, you know, of course, the Drake fans The Drake fans, one of them being the one prominent Drake fan that got to get a lot of traction during this entire beef was Akademiks. We're going to get to him in a second. But one thing I want to read to you guys is something that the Time posted about the Super Bowl halftime show amid some of the controversy and things that were being said about it. They wrote a very good piece when it came to this. So, Time wrote, they said, when the NFL announced Kendrick Lamar as a Super Bowl halftime show performer in September, both his critics and fans expressed doubt that he would be up for the job. The naysayers, Lamar was too verbose, too political, too obscure for pop music's biggest stage, which has typically featured culturally safe icons belting universally beloved anthems. Conversely, Lamar's fans worried that the narrow confines of the televised gig would require him to compromise his artistry. There seemed to be no way that Lamar could both win over the masses yearning for spectacle and his diehards hoping for a thunderbolt of Pulitzer-level genius. But Lamar's superpower has long been his unique ability to navigate this exact tension between message and reach, to tell stories of American pain and oppression without coming off as preachy, to challenge audiences lyrically and musically while widening his listenership. Sorry, these words are very small on my screen. I'm trying my best. Trust me, I'm not stupid. I can read. This shit's small as hell. And on Sunday, this balancing act was on full display. Lamar delivered a Super Bowl performance wholly unlike any other before it, in which the aim was not to summon nostalgia or comfort, but to demand full attention and active listening from his audience. What Lamar lacked in sing-alongs, he made up for in narrative, visual stagecraft, and sly political commentary, while also slamming the casket on his rap feud with Drake for good. That was very well written. Very well written. And you got to hand the Time some respect for that, for understanding and getting it and putting that out there for the masses and letting them see and understand what it was, his approach and his reasoning behind his Super Bowl halftime show. And I hate that we even have to say it like that, because it still was enjoyable. That's the thing. Like, people act like he went up there and put on a fucking a Mormon costume and sat in the middle of the field and just was doing hums and shit surrounded by candles. Like, it was a good performance. They say the Super Bowl halftime show is whack every year. Everybody, oh, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. Oh, this person mic wasn't on. Oh, they're lip syncing. Oh, it wasn't that spectacular. Man, this is the barrier between somebody coming out there just to try to entertain people, opposed to somebody coming out there trying to leave a message and leave a feeling out there. And I think he did that with people who were tuning in. It didn't have to be the people sitting right there. They were there for the game. The people that were at home trying to enjoy it understood it. Point blank, period. LH Groove says, when they start interrupting live cast with commercials, I don't know. Lil Zeus World said, I love Michael Jackson, but people overrating the past performances to downgrade Kendrick, saying stuff like they don't understand him. Mike is the GOAT, but he was lip syncing slightly. K. Dot wasn't. Yeah, no, he did not use the backtrack at all. Also, I heard one of the funniest things in the world. Before we move on to the topic, because we're still going to talk about Kendrick in this halftime show, we got to get to Akademiks, because apparently he is about to get sued by the NFL for leaking Kendrick's set list for the Super Bowl halftime show. We're going to get there in a second, but I'm glad you brought up Michael Jackson. I hope I could find the video. I want to find it. I don't think it's on Twitter, but they were having an argument. It was this podcast, and these two guys were having an argument about who is now the better artist, Chris Brown or Michael Jackson. Now, I know a few of y'all probably was like, man, what the fuck? Nigga, what? Probably somebody asked, a motherfucker probably just turned this off after hearing that. I know, but like, this is the type of generation we're moving in, where people are now trying to compare the two. And there was a conversation that was being had, and I'm telling you right now, this guy deaded the entire conversation worldwide by what he said. First of all, if I could find, man, let me try to find this shit. Because I'm telling you right now, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, man. The way he was describing it, and he was dead ass serious. And I need people to be that serious when it comes to Michael Jackson and his influence and who he was as an artist, all right? For real. He said, when the ads come up, I be letting them shits play. Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to y'all if y'all let them play, because they got to pay us over here. Let's see. Let me see if the videos, it got to be on Twitter, man. It's got to be on Twitter. Nah, this ain't it. Nah, that ain't the video. Man, I'm praying they got it on here, man. It was so hilarious. Come on, brother. Oh, that sucks. I don't think they got it on here, B. They just got a bunch of videos of Chris Brown giving Michael Jackson praise. Like, that's the funny part, too, because even you comparing them, Chris Brown would be the first person to tell you not to do that. Like, he would definitely tell you, no, Michael Jackson is the GOAT. I will never be anywhere near Michael Jackson ever in life. Don't even try to start that narrative. I don't even want to put that. If I was Chris Brown, I wouldn't even want to put that in the atmosphere. I wouldn't even want to put that in the world. I wouldn't even want the debate to happen. There's no need for the debate to be out there. No, I am not nowhere near Michael Jackson. I did not have what Michael Jackson had because Michael Jackson was a one of a kind. Also, I am a one of a kind. So I am going to be me. Y'all should be comparing other niggas to me. I am the new wave of R&B and music when it comes to this side of things and entertainment. But do not put me in the same conversation as one of the greatest, actually the greatest of all time. The king of R&B. I could be the prince, but I cannot be the king. There's no way. No way. Oh, no, they ain't got it on here, man. I'm going to screen record it. I'm going to screen record it on my phone. I'm going to post it on Twitter, and then I'm going to show y'all. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to show y'all this. So, Akademiks, somebody who believes that he has so much power and influence in the industry and in entertainment that he thought that he could change Kendrick's set list for the Super Bowl after leaking it. He thought that he was going to post what Kendrick Lamar was going to perform, and Kendrick was going to panic. The team was going to panic. NFL was going to panic, and they were just going to scrap it all, switch up their rehearsals, and switch up everything they were going to do because Akademiks posted the fucking set list. So when it was over, he went and posted this. He says, "Sorry, Kendrick, that I leaked your performance. I apologize. You did your thing, though." Then he said, "I leaked Kendrick's Super Bowl performance hoping he would change it. He ain't do it. He doubled down. I'm what the culture was feeling. I tried to save y'all from that." Think about being Akademiks and thinking that you were going to change people's minds or change his entire Super Bowl performance because you, somebody who has been championing Drake and being Drake's talking piece and his propaganda machine, was going to change the entire Super Bowl performance because you leaked it. This is somebody who still, and like I said, for some reason, he has not humbled himself. He has not humbled himself at all. I don't get it. You just went through an experience where you were where you were on the receiving end of being called a PDF file like Drake was and being called a groomer. You got a lot other problems going on than to try to sit up there and still try to pull moves like you got the rank. You don't. Now, Akademiks does have a lot of influence, and he does have some power in the industry when it comes to labels hitting him up to try to help promote artists and to try to get them to get their numbers up with payola. They pay him, he promotes them, he talks good about them, he talks up their music, all that shit. But to think people, that's another thing. How you think Drake, somebody who has a lot more influence and power than you in the industry, is gonna fail his lawsuit because you can't go up against the industry, but somehow you thought you leaking a set list was gonna change everything. You have this false sense of power that is gonna bring you into a situation that you're in now. Now the NFL is gonna sue him. And what's even worse is that he's not that type of guy where he can take that hit by himself. As soon as he found out that they were going to sue him, As soon as he found out, he went straight to the internet, talked about it, and said that it was somebody that worked for the NFL that was a fan of his. Now, not only did you get yourself in a situation, but now you about to get somebody else to lose their job, or a plethora of people, because how many of those people are going to come forward and say they did that? Or who's going to come forward and say, hey, I gave ACT the information? Nobody's going to come forward. So in that result, a lot of people can get let go because of the simple fact that they can't trust the people that work for them, who will go and leak some shit that they're not, like, you don't understand the legal ramifications that come from that. You may be a guy that has millions of dollars, but the person that told you that doesn't. So that's the part that really pisses me off. I'm gonna show y'all the video. I'm gonna screen record this other video too while y'all wait, but listen to what he had to say, man.
You niggas don't leak shit, y'all niggas suck dick. I told y'all what's gonna happen, it fucking happened. You nigga like, yo, nothing bigger than the chat, nigga. Let me tell you how I got that nigga Kendrick's fucking Super Bowl performance. A nigga who worked at the fucking arena is a chat nigga. Fuck who, niggas labels tight to me, and they pay me. But we gonna work it out. Can't beat the chat. Stop it. You heard what I'm saying?
Look how hype he is about getting information that didn't do anything. Like, the information you had didn't deter the Super Bowl halftime performance. It didn't mess it up. It didn't do anything to it. You didn't leak something everybody was just expecting what to happen. Like, nobody knew what was going to happen regardless if they knew the songs. You did absolutely nothing but still sitting here looking like or acting like you got some type of rank or that you just pulled some type of hellified move. Look at this.
That's how I got it.
I took your card and that was it.
Get my Interscope. How'd you get it? The NFL hit me. Act, we gonna sue you.
As a matter of fact, he doing that shit that a lot of niggas that didn't get a lot of pussy coming up or still don't be getting a lot of pussy, still the type of nigga that's just like, and I'm sorry, I am a fan of that. I think that him on his streams, for the most part, is good entertainment, is good visual, is good information. He has a lot of knowledge on the music industry. I respect him for that. But also, two things can be true. He can be that, and also the guy that knows he wasn't cool, never was cool, never had no clout in life, never had none of this shit till he became popular on the internet. And then now he's trying to show how cool he is because he's become successful in that lane. So that's the only reason he got on live and started talking real loud. You can hear the girls in the background. He's like, oh yeah, the bitches is around. Let me make sure they know that I'm acting. I had the information about the Super Bowl set list beforehand and I leaked it because I'm the big entertainment fucking media guy. Like, he's doing this for other. You can see him keep looking like, I'm gonna restart this. Just pay attention to his mannerisms. He's talking loud and he keeps looking at everybody else around him because he wants validation.
You niggas don't leak shit, y'all niggas suck dick. I told y'all what's gonna happen, it fucking happened. You nigga like, yo, nothing bigger than the chat, nigga. Let me tell you how I got that nigga Kendrick's fucking Super Bowl performance. A nigga who worked at the fucking arena is a chat nigga. Fuck who, niggas labels tight to me, and they pay me. But we gonna work it out. Can't beat the chat. Stop it. You heard what I'm saying? That's how I got it.
I took your card and that was it.
Get my Interscope. How'd you get it? The NFL hit me. Act, we gonna sue you. We'll do the. I told him, I said, I'm gonna call him Drake. No, I Drake my mans, but y'all gonna sue me? Because I don't sue. Actually, I would sue. I'm playing. Actually, I would. Anyway, they said, they sent me an email this morning. They said, don't mention the track list. Because apparently when we leaked it, they got paranoid. You know what I did? I went live on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. I went live on Twitter, and I leaked that bitch. I just want to show y'all, any of y'all journalists who ever think y'all on my level, suck a dick. I'm going to end it like that, because I don't fuck with none of y'all. I seen all y'all trying to kick my back in because y'all thought I was done. I'm going to keep leaking everything. I don't fuck with y'all. I don't fuck with Kendrick. I don't fuck with no artist. It's going to be like that for life. Just keep sucking dick and keep getting info from me.
So clearly what he's saying is he was so devastated by people turning their backs on him after he had a very inappropriate and very weird interaction with a 15-year-old boy. Now he's gonna go out here and leak everything, all information that he's gotten. He don't trust nobody. He's not loyal to nobody. He's hurt. He's hurt because he thought he was big act, that everybody was gonna be on his side, everybody was gonna support him, everybody's gonna have his back. But one thing, for him being a Drake stan, for him being somebody who definitely hugs on Drake's nuts, one thing you should have been influenced by was Drake's song No Friends. No friends in the industry. You should have took heed to that song that came out several years ago and realized that you're in a space where nobody has to be loyal to you, nigga. Nobody. You such a Drake fan, you should have paid attention to that one song right there. You would have been just fine. You wouldn't have had to be out here trying to be spiteful. As a matter of fact, anything other than taking accountability for your actions looks very guilty. And it looks very weird. You didn't change nothing. You didn't deter nothing. You didn't switch nothing. Nobody was paranoid. You said that you had people paranoid because you knew the track list. Nobody actually cared. As a matter of fact, they'll sue you for fun because they have the money. Like, why are you acting like these people's backs was against the wall so they had to go the legal route? Like, we're talking about the NFL, a multi-billion-dollar entity. They sue people for fun. They have people on a specific team just to look for shit that's against them to sue people because they have it like that, frivolously. They'll sue you and forget about it. They weren't worried about anything. It was the most televised halftime show of all time. It broke a record. 133 million people tuned in. So, no, you didn't move a thing. You didn't change nothing. Now, the video, see, this is how cold I am. I went from this subject while this video was uploading. I had to get it uploaded because I needed y'all to see this shit. So we're talking about the comparison of Michael Jackson and Chris Brown because somebody brought up Michael Jackson earlier. I want y'all to see this because this description is the funniest and the best description. I'm talking about he shut down a potential debate before it even got wings. Like, if anybody ever in life from this day forward tries to have a debate of whether or not Chris Brown is now on the same level or above Michael Jackson, all you have to do, you don't even have to type back, you don't have to say nothing, just play this video right here.
Is a better dancer than Mike.
Michael Jackson never did a flip nowhere.
Dog.
He didn't have to.
Dog.
Chris
Brown's
doesn't
better
matter.
dancer.
Bitches was falling off. They fell out off the visual.
Chris Brown don't do that.
It's a fact.
Mike pull up,
do
he don't say nothing yet. The nigga don't have a microphone yet. He didn't make a sound, a noise, or nothing. He look at the bitch and they faint.
Yeah.
They back Mike out. Like he was some form of weapon. They back Mike out and they died. There's people, my nigga, there's actual people that died from seeing Michael Jackson.
That's a fact.
Look it up. There's no other niggas that did. They died from seeing Mike.
He's a one-on-one.
They died. Listen to what I'm saying. You're not.
I am.
They looked at Mike and Medusa. My niggas died.
Medusa's funny.
Niggas died off the visual of Mike.
Yeah.
So I can say
you
Chris
can't.
Brown. Hold on. I can say Chris Brown's a better dancer than Mike.
No.
I can say Chris Brown is as talented as.
Fam, if he would have flipped,
singer.
if he would have flipped, they would have bombed the stadium. He was limited in what he can do. That's why he just moonwalked on niggas. If he would have flipped, he would have died. He would have died in there. It's too much. Would have combusted in the shit. Niggas died off the visual of Mike.
Yeah.
He said if he would have did a backflip, they would have bombed the stadium.
As talented
Fam,
as.
if he would have flipped,
singer.
if he would have flipped, they would have bombed the stadium.
I know.
He was limited in what he can do. That's why he just moonwalked on niggas.
Oh shit! That visual alone is the funniest shit in the world. If he would have flipped, they would have bombed the stadium. Like, I don't think people really understood because I mean, there's not a lot of people that was back in that area to see that shit in real time. Like, Michael Jackson was taking over people's whole body when they looked at him to the point where their bodily functions could not work no more and they fucking passed out. Somebody died, like literally died at the sight of my. It's like you have to understand how that works. There has not been one single person, no entertainer, no famous person, anything, no top artist that has ever had that effect on people since Mike. He said they had to back this man up out like he was some sort of weapon of mass destruction. You gotta be careful when you use Mike, because niggas will die. You can't just put Mike anywhere. You can't just send him nowhere on the stage. You gotta have him pop. Like, he had to stop popping up out the stage because niggas was caught off guard. They hearts would be racing. You can't just do that. Mike had to start coming out on stage at a slow walk just to make sure people were still alive and still coherent. It's different, man. It's just different. Now, on to some other things, man. We got to change the subject. I love that video, though. That was fucking hilarious. 50 Cent, man. 50. Still on the head top of Big Meech, man. I got this up because I wanted to reiterate some of the things that happened previously. But for those that don't know, 50 is now beefing with Big Meech, the very man who he made a hit TV show for, based on his life, loosely based on his life, on Stars, got his son to become the head actor, the lead actor in the show, to play his father, put that man on, only for Big Meech to come out of prison and immediately go and hug up with Rick Ross, man. If y'all don't know, Rick Ross and 50 Cent historically have beef. They do not like each other. It's safe to say that they hate each other's guts. It's safe to say that if one of them was to pass away, God forbid, the other one would laugh hysterically, throw a party, be smoking on 50 or Rick Ross pack. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They do not like each other. They would prefer if one another was not on this earth. So for Big Meech to go and do business with this guy, now some people, they are using the loyalty route. You could see, like, this is the thing too, you can see the difference in how certain people treat loyalty. You have some people out there that's saying, oh, he don't owe 50 loyalty because they just did business together, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fair. But then on the other end, you have to think about what type of business that they conducted. Did 50 go to him and say, I just want to do a show based on your life and do it on Stars and get these actors to do it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that way y'all do business. It's just a business relationship. But when it became more than a business relationship was when 50 decided to take his son, who had absolutely no acting experience at all, pay for his acting classes, get him on point so that he can be up to par with being an actor in the space to be able to play his father. Then not just that, but making sure his family was involved so they can touch a bag as well off the show because it's based on their lives and what they went through. I would expect you to at least not go take photo ops with my ops. The very least. Here's a text message from Lil Meech that he sent to 50 after 50 was posting his dad being a alleged rat. He texted 50, he said, they just told me you unfollow me off Instagram and now you managed to skill a baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own shit, but I never switched up on you. Rick Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet-ish is throwing me off. You know me in real life. To which 50 put the caption, because he posted this on his Instagram, he put the caption as, what next season, little nigga? Oh my God. If you guys want to know who 50 is, go back to some of the old videos from back in the day of 50 in his prime. As a rapper, as him, somebody coming up and just developing G-Unit, just getting signed by Shady. Go look at what that man was about. As a matter of fact, a video just crossed my timeline yesterday. I had to watch it last night. I had no choice but to watch it last night because, first of all, I come from that era. I come from that area. I watched all this shit growing up. I may not have known what all of that shit was meaning. I may not have known everything about the beefs, but oh man, I was tuned in. I went back and I looked at this video, and I'm watching this man. I'm watching 50 literally describe how he got shot in the place he got shot. Do you think 50 was sitting there all somber like, yeah, man, you know, it's just real traumatic to me, and, you know, it's hard to even be standing here right now because the visuals and just, you know, thinking about what happened, man, you know, it kind of brings me PTSD. No. 50 was walking around, smiling, laughing, like, yeah, you know, when he came around the back of the car and shit, you know, he got the drop on me, and he's just, bah, 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 bah. And I was trying to get to my shit, and when I tried to get, he shot me in my head, you know, if you see that in my wrist, you see these little, you know what I'm saying, and then he shot me right here. Oh, yeah, just, by the way, I keep the bullet that went through my face right here and knocked out my tooth, you know what I'm saying, as a reminder. 50 is different. You can't do nothing with this guy. He is a different type of animal. He's not letting up. Once you become his enemy, you are his enemy for life. He did not care who was going to be offended, who was going to be hurt. When he posted that picture and he posted that post talking about smoking on Herb Pack, that man does not let go of anything. So now that the narrative is out there, now that we got the what's her name? What's the lady's name? Something Cohen. We got these allegations of Big Meech being a third-party informant, basically meaning that he gave information to somebody who was involved in the case so they could use it for themselves to get a lighter sentence. He didn't end up getting a lighter sentence, but it is in paperwork, in the girl's paperwork. Tammy Cohen, is in her paperwork that she got her information that she gave to the police to help her out from Big Meech. Now that Big Meech has seen all the things that's being said on the internet, the narratives that are spreading, the type of people that are talking about it, he decided that he was going to respond to 50 Cent finally. And this is what he had to say.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena, February 13th.
He looked like somebody had cue cards up here or some shit. But that was his response to 50, right? And of course 50 saw this, and in typical 50 fashion, he reposted the video, put up the caption and said, if the artists on the bill don't show up, are you gonna want a refund? Big Screech is not even gonna be there. He can't go out after 6 p.m., but don't take my word for it. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Then he reposted the video with him speaking over it, and listen to 50, man.
I'm trying to let nobody trick me off the street.
You trick Cuff off the street, nigga.
I never folded, never told.
Speaking of Cuff, Cuff is somebody who is trying to get the information out there that Big Meech is in fact an informant, a third-party informant for a certain case that helped get him locked up. Cuff is the person that's locked up right now due to Big Meech's apparent third-party cooperation. All right? So that's why you hear 50 in the beginning say what he said about Cuff. Listen.
I'm trying to let nobody trick me off the street.
You trick Cuff off the street, nigga.
I never folded, never told.
You
never
told
will.
Tammy to tell, bitch.
Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family.
Y'all gonna be disappointed when Lil Baby don't show up? When Skilla don't show up, when Vizzo don't show up? When all these motherfuckers don't show up?
I wasn't gonna address this.
Man, this nigga reading drops, man. Look at you reading this shit.
But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amaran Arena.
He can't even go. You want house arrest, he can't even go.
That's fucked up. He said he can't even go. The man is on house arrest and has to be at home by 6 p.m. How he gonna be at a concert for his welcome home when he can't even go? This is very interesting, man. And also, if there are artists dropping out of this due to the allegations of him being a snitch, That's wild, man. That's wild. A lot of these niggas will rap about being about the bag and getting the bag, but as soon as some shit comes up, some street rules come up, niggas like, nah, I gotta pull out the show. Nigga, go get your bag and go home, man. You ain't doing nothing but performing for a welcome home party, man. We can't welcome home no snitch, though. But we could welcome home a nigga that done killed another nigga. We can party with them niggas. A nigga that just got out of jail for killing another nigga. We can champion him and put him on our back and give him some... Come on, man. Stop it. Get your bag and move on. But regardless, this is a very odd situation that they are in right now. And I don't know, man. I think 50 is on to something. He might be. We don't know. He is about to drop some type of docu-series or documentary, whatever you want to call it. He's apparently building up some interviews with the Tammy Cohen girl and this Cuff guy. It's finna be looking a little weird for Big Meech, man, and the legacy of Big Meech. And also, if I was Lil Meech and I was in this predicament and my dad ended up doing some shit as soon as he got out of prison that stopped my bag, oh man, I don't know how I feel. Like, I mean, that's my dad. I love him. I rock with you. I'm no matter what, I ride for you. I ride with you. But damn, Dad, did you have to go to, like, there's so many people out here that love and revere you. Did you have to go to Rick Ross? Did you have to accept his money? Did you have to accept the bag from him? Like, you didn't have to go to him. You know how many people love Big Meech and shouted out Big Meech and was waiting for him to be free, and all the people, like, you could have went anywhere to get a bag. Like, I don't know why he ain't doing that either. If I'm Big Meech, and I know how much people talk about me in the culture and how much my name rings bells in the culture, why wouldn't I go and be booked? Like, I would have been booking all the way through 2025 with interviews. I would have got a bag from everybody. Vlad on down, no matter who it is. I would have been getting a bag from everybody, just doing interviews and doing that. You ain't gotta get 5,000 here or 10,000 just to stand next to a nigga, do a photo op and do a drop. Especially the op of somebody who I'm supposed to be in business with and who is out here showcasing my story on a big platform. But that's just me. I don't know why he didn't have those things lined up. But I want to play this, but I don't think I can. I think it's part of another site. I don't want to get copywritten, but there are videos of this situation being explained by different people who know about the situation. So if you want to see that, you can. It's easy to look up. Just go on, YouTube, or if you have Twitter or whatever, just type in Big Meech. It's going to be right there. But nonetheless, man, that's the end of BMF. It seems there's no more BMF series. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else was anticipating another season of BMF, but at this point, it looks like it's over unless 50 can find somebody that looks just like Lil Meech to play Big Meech in the story. But from what I'm seeing, there will be no more BMF at all. Now, to close this out, I just want to say I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. All the GMS fam, everybody that pulled up today, show love. Please make sure that on your way out, you hit the like button, man. Subscribe. Shout out to everybody that sent the super chat. Shout out to everybody that donated to the Cash App, man. If you want to donate to the GMS show, you can in a big way by hitting the Cash App. That is in the description below. I will most appreciate it. It will help go towards building this platform and continuing to get the things that we need to elevate this show and to elevate the things that we're doing for y'all. New merch coming soon. Do not sleep on it, man. GMS fam, the green room. Let's go. Shout out your city, man. Shout out where you pulled up from. Shout out where you tuning in from. Shout out your city. I'm going to shout you out as we move out of here. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Chi-Town in the building. Shout out to Infinite Umbra. Toke Champs in the building. from Forest City, Arkansas. My guy Trauma's in the building. OKC, stand up. J.R. Miller said, Minnesota. Yeah, no, it is freezing over here, man. Shout out to my Minnesota family. I'm about to show y'all the weather right now. Look at the weather, man. A whopping 2 degrees in Minnesota today, man. A whopping 2 degrees. Shout out to Zane Vicious. Jay Wright in the building. East Oakland, California. Hey, hey, hey. What up, Ace of Spade? What's going on, family? What up, OG Mott in the building? My GMS fam showing up expeditiously. Y'all kept the chat on fire today. I appreciate y'all. Everybody that tuned in. Everybody that made it happen. We will be back tomorrow. You already know what it is. We're going to be back tomorrow twice, man. Here on the GMS show and also on 3Gs. So make sure you pull up for 3Gs tomorrow night as well. Do not miss it. The greatest podcast on Wednesday nights, man. 3Gs. Tremaine is in the building. Tyson Jordan Jackson is in the building. Yeah. Yeah. I should end this with another beat. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna end this with another beat. Fuck it, let's go. We out of here. GMS fam. Roll something up to this song right here. Roll something up to this beat. If you can rap, if you're a rapper, you a singer, go ahead. I'll give you free reign. Spit a freestyle. Do something to it, man. GMS fam, we out.